Capricorn, welcome for your soulmate video. We'll see with the energy of what's coming through. Hopefully it's romance, but we never know. The last few ones have very much been to the point where, you know, we've been looking at life very 3D. Do be mindful that, not that we should bother talking about it, but we will. There is a lunar eclipse happening in January. The reason I'm saying that is because that will change our course, so to speak, in a sense of direction. It can even change the frequency of what we're directly experiencing in December. So if you are feeling blocked at a romantic level, at a 3D level, or finance level, don't stress. Changes are happening, but there can be heightened frequency as of January. So be mindful of that. Again, a big warm welcome to those of you who are new, and those of you who have been following. I'd like to thank you for your loyalty. As well as I want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Emergency bookings, yes. During the silly season, I will be working still and also hosting the live sessions for the Twin Flame Collectives as well, you know, on the website. Now, we'll get into your reading. You're not passionate with someone as much as you'd like to be. It may be you feel you can't directly express yourself within this connection at a level you'd like to. You're lacking in something. This may be due to 3D fatigue or the direct connection that you're looking at the moment within this connection. Something's changed, but it's more, usually when we get to this frequency, it's usually a 3D notion of things transpiring or something within you transforming, which again, the shadow aspect of Venus, that would make sense. Sometimes it can be weeks to moving through to January. We can still hold that residue of the frequency. In an aspect of your transformation, you're moving into a higher consciousness connected to what you want, who you are, you know, how you have come to be now with the way you relate in relationships. And you're looking at the situation very differently. Don't be surprised if your intuition is really heightened this month, especially connected to your romantic zone. You can be very sensitive as well to your environment and the people around you, the people you're directly looking at as potentials in a romantic sphere. Be mindful of that factor, although you have environmental awareness at the heart of the matter. So, again, breaking free. It can be that you've looked at this connection and you're thinking, is this spiritually for me? And knowing who your direct soulmate is and who the high vibration energy frequency person is. Otherwise, it's transforming regardless. And due to that, you're breaking free and you don't feel as, let's get happy, because you've been through so much this year. So if you're not feeling like you're feeling pizzazzed and you know, you want to do simple things, it's very natural that this is coming up. As well as I'm feeling the frequency of not really feeling social, but new opportunities are coming through for you in the domain of love. It can be the way you're relating to each other, things in your 3D life happening where you're gaining employment, you're feeling fatigued. But you're also being very honest to yourself in this connection and with what you want. I'm really hearing it's not about them, it's about you. What do you want? You want to make music, okay? You want there to be singing in your heart when you're directly connecting with the person you're wishing to connect to at a soulmate level. So I feel you've come from something, you've moved into a space and you're looking at what you want to go towards within a spiritual connection. If you're dealing with a fire sign, between you the energy is healing. It's transforming to that next level and it's changing. I'm going to pull some clarifiers as well. I don't even know if I said fire sign. I was meaning fire sign. What do you think about that then? They've got a lot of heart chakra going on. Now, it may be that you guys moved away from each other and you're moving back. You're moving back towards one another. Yeah, they're not leaving. So if there had been a break or miscommunication, They still remain true to you even if you currently are not with them. So if you're inquiring about a fire sign, the new beginning, the healing in it is they were going in an incorrect direction, or perhaps you were, but now you're coming more from the heart, the both of you, and you've already decided what you're doing. So it can be getting back on track. There does need to be some grounding and some footings done in the situation though, because it feels as though there needs to be more downtime together. At the moment, it may be with all your transformation in your life, Capricorn, it's directly impacted the connection, so to speak. So if you're wanting to get it to the stage where it's really cemented, I feel getting all your errands out the way and talking about what you're wanting out of this situation that makes you happy is going to solve this direct spiritual romantic connection. It may be you don't feel as passionate because you feel that you don't have the right to ask what you want, but I'm being shown that if you do communicate it, I feel it's, as long as you're coming from a very earth-based communicative style, then it's going to be okay. Also, if this is a female and you're a male watching this, they want something that they don't want the flowers and it's got to be something a bit more. I'm being shown. They want the spiritual connection where you can communicate your truth and be open about what your actual deep desires are in life and within this connection. If you're dealing with an earth sign, they're not feeling as stable. And again, this can be due to some 3D circumstances that have been happening with you and them. Time is of the essence with this though. So if you can tie up your loose ends, gain clarity, you're not feeling passionate because you're meditating, you know what you're going to want. By communicating this, you need to, because in order to restore with this earth sign, and this can be vice versa, so don't take it personal if it's what they need to do. It can still be the direct energy. So, and if it's showing up on their side, it means they're aware that this is what they need to do, or vice versa. Joy and stability will return, but it's not there yet. But it's not just divine timing, it's now. I'm hearing now is the time. And there are past regrets. So having clarity, you know, not being as interconnected, but knowing what it is that you do need to do and now applying the energy to the direct connection spiritually. This energy can flow in over to January. And again, any old karmic ways of directly relating to each other, that's going to change. And you will be in a different vibration moving into January. Okay, for the air signs directly dealing with the Capricorn, both of you need to reach out to each other on one side or the other to a point where you're moving in the levels within this connection. You're reaching the point where it is moving to that next level. If it hasn't, it's about to. One or the other has come to a place where they're using the tools in life, they're applying that to their energy within their life, and they're evolving, so to speak, within this connection with you. So even if you guys are having conflict and butting heads, something's transforming. They feel this odd serendipity with you, that it's like you, how do I put it? The way you met, I'm being shown, was like odd the way you met. This is, it might only be for a few of you, but serendipity is jumping into my mind. Also that if you haven't seen them in a while and you've been thinking about them, I feel you're going to bump into them. It's going to be the oddest of locations. Impossible things can happen. It's almost like you thought it was gone and bang, here it is again. Now, if you're still directly dealing with them and they haven't gone anywhere, I feel something's changed. And it's almost like this surprising energy coming through between the two of you. It may be that you've changed or they've changed, and getting back on track is really going to help boost the connection within the spiritual connection with the two of you. They're a bit cross though. I feel they're a bit like, how has this happened? I'm also hearing one or the other is a smooth talker. Have fun with that. Water signs. Okay, they're a bit pessimistic at the moment. Now, this can simply be because they're very fatigued or they don't feel deserving of you. But something in this frequency is somebody doesn't feel equal. It's a mindset, it's not a reality, but it's something they're currently going through, either on your side or theirs. But this is the connection. This is the connectivity of the two. So it can be on either side. Sometimes it feels like what you feel you run with, and that's, again, your side or their side, where words can get misinterpreted, and before you know it, you're on this rat race to try and work out what actually that means. And it's like reading in too much to what is said. Be cautious with your communication style with the water energies this month, because I feel there's going to be cross wires. And they're not really happy about the way certain things have gone. For some of you, if you have retreated away from the water signs, I feel they're a bit to the point where they're not happy things went a certain way, or they're not happy with what is currently going on. But there is an unhappiness, like either they don't deserve what's going on or you don't, but either way, there's a crossness in the water energies directly connected to you. It might be frustration in their own personal life, but I do feel it's cross wires. It's more cross wires. Your energy is calm. Although you're going through a change and you're assessing, theirs is actually quite cross. And you can just see it from the energies of the cards. Okay. Feeling undeserving, really up in their heads, seeing red about it. And not even managing to be happy about what's going on. Like, they're not happy about what's going on. But they're trying to come from the heart. It might be heart related. It might be like the way they feel about you. They're like, can we just move this thing forward? It feels a frustrated energy, but they're going to come back to this place. It is because they love you. So if anything's going on with you and they're concerned about it, it's because they love you. They're just relaying it and communicating it. It's like, I'm hearing the 7 languages of love. It's like you guys are hearing it and seeing it from a different perspective. I feel it's a temporary energy though, but I do feel communication needs to happen. And I'd say really, and each one of these really coming through, whoever you're dealing with, I feel the key to it is communication, especially since this card really is screaming to me saying meditation time of what you're passionate about and what you're not. You know what you're not. So jump out of that and tune into what you are. Also, don't try and suppress the energy moving into the silly season, because I'm feeling like you've already made your mind up. Make your mind up and transmute it. Delaying it by 1-2 weeks isn't going to change much. It's still going to happen. And even January probably isn't the best time. But it's like, acknowledge the factor of what is and what you can transform. You need to be honest with yourself of the transformation that's happened but hasn't been communicated. Because once you do, it's going to make you very happy. Okay, I'll leave it there. I will try and come back for mid-month with these, depending on how organised I am. But I would say the key to this situation is you've physically changed the way you're looking at your soulmate connection. Something's changed. You're aware of what the environment is now. So if you've made any mistakes, go easy on yourself. If they have, go easy. Move away from that frequency. It doesn't have to necessarily be the direct person, but it could be. Where you're moving to, a higher consciousness where you know what you want and you're going to go get it. But regardless, your reading's great. It's more, you know, acknowledge, deal with whatever 3D situation you're dealing with. But there is a beautiful transformative energy coming through with you guys, and it does feel like it bodes well, but it's like they're watching you. It's a strange energy. People don't like the fact that you've changed. They want to keep you in a box, and it might be external people separate to the connection. But it's, yeah, there's some people that aren't happy. Love and light.